Hi everybody, my name is John and welcome to my channel John Repeat, where I react to absolutely iconic albums and I just put them on repeat. So today I am going to be reacting to BRAT by Charli XCX. Now I know I'm late to the metaphorical party, but I am a fan of Charli XCX and I'm interested to see obviously what she has done for this new album. You may also be wondering what the difference is in my setup. I have a new camera now, so I'm able to, not look so bootleg anymore, which is, I think it's a good thing. Just in case you don't know who Charli XCX is, Charli XCX is an English artist. She has released 6 studio albums and this is her 6th studio album. She's known obviously for being avant-garde, very pop, very feminine. She makes music for the girls, for the gays, anybody in between. So I'm excited to hear this album. Without further ado, let's start. So first song is 360. I mean, you can see why she's so loved by the gays, because that is so fabulous. I love that. Put the camera flash on, so stylish. Baby says I'm gone. I'm tectonic moves, I make them. This is like a feel-good anthem. I'm loving this, and this was on heavy rotation. 365, 360 was 365. It's very Charli XCXian. It's very feminine, very fabulous. Yeah, 360, when you remember what you see, I'm so Julia. Who the fuck is Julia? I don't know who the hell Julia is. Is it Julia Fox or Julia Michaels or Julia Smith? I don't know. I don't know who this Julia is. Please somebody in the comments let me know who this Julia is, because this song makes me want to be just like her. I also love the name Julia as well. I think it's beautiful. Legacy is underrated. You gon' jump if AG made it. That is very true, actually. She's like founded a whole genre of music. Well, not just her, but like she's been very instrumental in like hyperpop being like a big movement in the UK, and just generally. And You Gon' Jump If AG made it. I assume that's the producer, but I don't know. But I'm loving it. This is such a banger. I love that. That melody. I'm not gonna sing it because I don't want to scare anyone right now. But it's love that melody. It's so catchy. Okay, so next one is Club Classics. I'm ready. Is she saying like now or right now or? Oh my god! Wow, okay, I'm loving the fact that this is Club Classics and it's gonna become one. I'm manifesting that. Wow, I love the instrumental in the background, how it's like building up. That's so exciting. Fucking hell. So yeah, like dancing with Sophie, George, Hudmo, AG. I assume AG's the producer or a producer. Rip Sophie, another hyperpop girly. Wow, I want to be blinded by the lights. This is like for a club anthem, right? Like this is for like just turning it up for the club. And I love how 360 just like started this whole thing off for sure. That sounds like anthemic. It's like the drum and bass. That's never gonna stop, never gonna stop. I'm gonna dance all night. I love her accent. I think her accent really just makes everything that she's in, even when she's like kind of like rapping, obviously not like legit, but like just it makes it. It's so part of like her brand. It sounds great. Okay, so the next one is Sympathy is a Knife. That is a very interesting title. I can't wait to see what this is about. Oh, wow. So he says, "I don't see it's so naive, I'm embarrassed to say, but I need the sympathy." Sometimes, like, obviously everybody has their own past experiences and like projections that they project onto people. And sometimes things are so slight that like some people see things and other people's don't. But like, that's very personal. Like, I don't know if it's real or if I'm spiraling. Say he just don't see it, he's so naive, embarrassed to have it, but need the sympathy. It's that like confusing state of like wanting to have that sympathy, but also hating that attention in a way, but needing it to validate your own self-esteem. And I think that like this is such a common human experience. Like, so it's often like the person who's completely the opposite you, and somebody you're never gonna be like, you're never gonna look like, you're never gonna have the same vibe of. So it's a common experience, I think. But like this is packaged in like this banger, which is amazing. Yeah, like that sort of self-hatred and like lack of self-esteem at times, and we all feel like that. It's not like something that only some people feel. Like, you know, people do get jealous. Also, like, why I want to buy a gun, why I want to shoot myself, volatile, at war with my dialogue. She doesn't want to feel these feelings, doesn't want to think these things. And it's like often that thing where like the more that you don't want to feel something, the more it's just going to creep over and start affecting you. Yeah, that's sad. I'm opposite, I'm on the other side. Like that's not even just like opposite everything. It's almost like there's this wall there between them. It's like a war. It's like they're just completely different on opposite sides. It's like, yeah, it's that thing of wanting that sympathy and then it not actually satisfying you and not actually helping you and supporting you in the way that you thought it would. And this sympathy, even though she feels like she needs it, it makes her sad even to get it. And it doesn't even feel genuine as well. Okay, so the next song is I Might Say Something Stupid, which if you've seen my channel so far, you know that also may ring true for John Repeat. But let's just reserve judgment. Let's go. I love the auto-tune on her voice. It really adds to this song. It sounds very like mopey and whiny in the most respectful way. I think that's why obviously Brat is like the title. I mean, I think a theme of this album, as I can hear so far, is like self-image and like a poor self-image. I might say something stupid, talk to myself in the mirror, wear these clothes as a disguise just to re-enter the party. Door is open, let in, but still outside. It's like, even though she's let into this party, even though she's let into this social circle and this life, she feels like she's still outside and she struggles to connect with everyone. And like, I think we all do it. Like, we all like wear these clothes as like a disguise. We project ourselves a certain way, and that isn't necessarily the truth of like who you are deep down to your core. And like, I struggle with social anxiety as well. Like, it's something that, you know, it affects quite a lot of people, and you constantly are second guessing yourself. You're constantly worrying that you'll say something stupid, and it's a lot of like projection. And yeah, like I look perfect for the background, like kind of wanting to escape the limelight, which is interesting. It seems like there's like this this contrast between like 360 and like feeling like so confident and cunty, and then this, like, to show the kind of extremities of the self-image, you know? I like that image of like, I snag my tights on the lawn chair. It's like picking part of yourself apart, you know? And also, yeah, like, I don't feel like nothing special. I've just got the image of her like alone on this lawn chair, picking at her tights, looking down, being separate from everybody else. Yeah, I guess I'm a mess and play the role. You still live just for the party, door is open, I'm famous but not quite. But I'm perfect for the background, 1 foot in a normal life. Yeah, that's interesting, because Charli XCX is obviously famous, but she's not like Taylor Swift level famous or like Beyonce level famous. She's like famous and still kind of quite alternative as well, which is no shade to her. That must be very bizarre, because it's kind of like she's half a global sort of superstar being recognised everywhere she goes and constantly feeling the paparazzi around her, to like being a regular normal person, which must be very different. And I like the way she said that, because it's also relating to this party image of her kind of being in the door and out the door. And like as well, like she said, I get so cold, used to live for the party, the door is open. It's like the scene's still there, and the scene hasn't really changed, but she's kind of in the middle of a change. That's what it feels like to me. But I really like this one. This adds a different sort of tone to the album, I think. I like how it cuts out as well to the eye. It's like, it ends there. Ends where she's kind of still ruminating. And I think that is another thing of people change and grow, and just because you felt you belonged in one space at one time doesn't mean you're always going to feel that way. And I think this is a really interesting time in this narrator's life, whether it's from Charli XCX's perspective or just like a culmination of different perspectives or whatever. I would be excited if I was the narrator, because it seems like your old way of life isn't serving you anymore and you want to experience something new, which is amazing. So next song is Talk Talk. Oh my god! Ooh, Secret Love! I love the shimmer. Oh wow! This beat's good. So this is like a secret love. This is like, you know, your eyes keep meeting across the room. You've been talking for so long, but you've never been able to verbalize it in the same room together. You're not sure if everybody knows. These happen so much, but this gives very teenager vibe. It's very kind of back when you're like in talking stage and all of that. But you know, this happens everywhere. This happens at work. This happens just, you know, in friend groups. Like, it's a whole thing. And yeah, I've been putting holes in your head, and now it's like, who's going to make the first move, you know? This isn't what I expected for this song, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the beat for sure. Oh my god. Ooh. I like the vocals in this song. And sometimes, like, the chemistry that you have, like, can transcend language. It's physical, it's non-verbal. So it doesn't really matter what he's saying. They have this connection. Yeah, I really like that one. So next one is Von Dutch. Now, I have heard this song before, so shoot me between the eyes, but I don't care. I'm going to listen to it anyway. So yeah, Von Dutch. Oh wow, I love the sample in this song. That's the classic thing of like living in someone's head rent free. I get money, you get mad because the bank's shut. Love it, so petty, so bratty. That's it. Again, this is back to this idea of like self-image and self-esteem and sort of like how other people perceive you and how you perceive yourself. I think that's another running theme throughout the album so far. Oh, it's just like, do that little dance without it, you'd be nameless. Oh my god, is that like a TikTok reference? Is that like, is this about somebody who we know in the public eye? Let me know if that's the case. Yeah. It's just like cunty vibes. What is Everything is Romantic? Oh my... What? Bad tattoos on leather tan skin, Jesus Christ on a plastic sign, fall in love again and again, winding roads doing manual drive. Is this like, Everything is Romantic? Does she find this romantic? Or is she kind of taking the piss because it's not romantic? Or is there romance in the fact that it's not romantic? Okay. Ooh, come on, violin. Fall in Love, that's reminiscent of like a few of her other albums, that like Fall in Love, that reminds me of How I'm Feeling Now, like that sort of classic distortion. Fall in Love again and again, early nights in white sheets with lace curtains, in a place that can make you change. I love that. There's something magical about that. And just very specific features of a holiday or a moment in time. And like, I don't know, like in a place that can make you change, and that want to change and that want for a new experience, and the hope of it, you know. Wow. Sometimes it takes just going to a beautiful place that makes you fall in love with life again. I've been to Pompeii, and that sort of region. I've been to like Naples and places like that. And there is something magical about it. Pompeii in the distance, in a place that can make you change. I just love like all of these visuals. It seems like a really beautiful time in a life. Also, 4 generations make up a family. Is that sort of alluding to that region? Like sort of having those generations within a family in that culture? Or is it alluding to her own family and like being away with her family or being away with someone's family, or I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I love that backing. Sounds like fire crackling in a way. Beautiful. So the next one is Rewind. Oh my god! I love these beats. Oh, she's a beautiful face shape. Again, this is linking back to the theme of self-image. This kind of is giving the same energy of 1999 with Troye Sivan. Just to go back to like a simpler time. And she calls it the paparazzi. Oh, wow. I mean, everybody does it in the public eye, right? Yeah. She's such a millennial. Because my sister and I used to burn CDs way back in the day. And like the image of like her like burning CDs, it's like the noughties or the you know, and she's like painting her toenails and it's a simpler time. And yeah, because she's not like, She's obviously had Billboard like Hot 100 hits, like she's a very established artist, but she's not like having #1 hits like all the time. And so in the world, that can make you perceive yourself as being lesser, when in reality, like, that is not the measure of her as an artist. But it's tough, like everything's so competitive, and it's almost like getting back to the love of music and why you want to actually create it, rather than just like for accolades and for placements on the chart. She transcends that. She's created such a beautiful, she's helped to shape a beautiful genre, should I say, and that helps a lot of people, including the LGBT community, feel seen, feel empowered. So I think that she needs to give herself more credit, but I get that. More very drum bass. I wasn't expecting this. Okay. I love that instrumental. This building. This is also giving like the aesthetic that I think that she goes for, like the energy of like burning a CD in the noughties, painting the nail polish, press rewind, like very like cassette energy. Yeah. It's almost like she's rewinding the beat in the song as well. So the next one is So I. Wow. Again, it's like those metaphors of like lightning, stars, and like the weather symbolize obviously like how powerful this person was in her life. Oh, is this about Sophie? Oh, that's sad if it is. Obviously like Sophie, the hyperpop artist, like she died. She was obviously like really instrumental within like the genre itself. When you had a power like a lightning strike, when I'm on stage sometimes I lie, say that I love singing these songs you left behind. That must be so difficult, because if you like wrote those songs together, created them together, they're obviously bittersweet because they're beautiful and you're proud of them, but it reminds you. I think that's a common thing as well, as sometimes we don't necessarily value everyone as much as we feel like we should, because we always think that there's like more time in life. And she died when she was really young as well. But yeah, that's so sad, but beautiful that she was so instrumental in her life, Well, sometimes as well, like saying for dinner, no, I'm fine, like rejecting plans is because of that social anxiety, and if she suffers from it as kind of surmised like in her previous songs, then that obviously makes sense. Also, I like that you're a hero and a human. Like, I think a lot of the time in society right now, there's definitely a dehumanization of trans people, and like a dehumanization of like the struggles, and it's just like affirming to say like you're a hero and that you're a human being, and you deserve the love and respect. And it seems like she feels like she didn't give her the time of day when she should have. But no one could have predicted what would have happened, I love It's Okay to Cry as well. Beautiful song. Was that sort of around the time that she died? Let me in the comments if I'm on the right lines. I don't know all the specific details. Maybe it's around that time she died. It sounds like Sophie-esque with the chime. Well, I mean, that's beautiful as well, that like she's always remembered within the making process. It seems like she was such like an influential part of like her creative journey. And it is true, like when someone dies, like you you almost like have their voice in your head at times when you're not sure and you're making decisions. So it obviously shows like the impact that person had in your life, you know. I love the guitar and the amp. So the next one is Girl So Confusing. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Sometimes I think you might hate me, sometimes I think I might hate you. Makes me don't have much in common. People say look about making music, but I don't know if it's honest. Can't tell if you wanna see me. Who is this about? Because I know there's another remix with Lorde, but I don't know if this is specifically about Lorde or what. But that's interesting. Maybe you just want to be me. You always say let's go out, so we eat at a restaurant. Sometimes it feels a bit awkward because we don't have much in common. People say we're alike, that we've got the same hair. We talk about making music, but I don't know if it's honest. I can't tell if you want to see me falling over and failing. A lot of mixed signals. And a lot of like underlying tension or admiration or both. It's confusing. I mean, I'm not a girl, but like I have these sort of relationships with people in my life where I'm not sure if like we get on, or there's a lot of admiration there, but also a lot of weird awkwardness. It can sometimes be so confusing communicating with someone how you feel, because you don't want to come across as like being a kiss ass or whatever, and you do really like them and really appreciate them, but you also don't have a lot in common, and it is kind of awkward. But obviously this is between these two women, and it does seem confusing. I think they both want to talk about deep issues as well. Maybe it's one of those things where like they both are very deep thinkers and think about things in a very cerebral way, but they are surface level and they're stuck at that, and they don't know how to initiate the conversation to make it more satisfying for both people. That's what I get, but I don't know. You know, I don't know the personality of these two people, so, but it's difficult when like you want someone to. It's just like the miscommunication, that you want someone to lead a conversation, or you want to ask these really deep personal questions, but you're not at the relationship level where you can, and you're not sure if you have a lot in common to kind of counter that, and it's a whole minefield. Love that. I'm about throwing parties. The clear brands, love it. I really want to know who this is. I mean, I think it's Lorde because they obviously just did the remix, but I've not heard that one really, so I don't know. Next one is Apple. This is about a family. Oh, so there's somebody who just doesn't understand her. Maybe they're related. I know there's a lot of different nuances to you and me. I want to grow the apple, keep all the seeds. I want to nurture this relationship. I want to be like you in a way, but there's that miscommunication and anger. Again, I think that this album has like a sort of theme of like miscommunication as well. A few of the songs, like, and a lack of transparency about emotions in that way, and there being a disconnect. Like, I think that's the word, like a disconnect. Seems like she just like wants to like, she's like avoidant in that way of like just wanting to escape problems. And she's talking about like generational trauma, and like, is the apple, like, are we rotten to the core because of all of the shit that like has come before, all of the grandparents and their parents and all that generational trauma. Yeah, I hope it's not. I don't think so. I think if you have a will to understand each other and listen to each other, it's all good, right? have like a very strong familial bond with this person to know all this. I love the way it like kind of swirls in the background. Okay, so that was Apple. The next one is B2B. Okay, let's go. Production's great. It's like you don't want to go back to that toxic relationship, but and you should go back to the person you're with, but there's that chemistry there, you can't deny it. Oh, I love the siren. It's building. Oh, brilliant. Wow, this would be so good in the club. Wow. The bridge. Okay. Oh, it's like a thing you build yourself up. It takes a long time to build yourself back up after a relationship. You don't want to fall back into those patterns. But it's interesting, I don't want to feel fearless. Does that mean that she doesn't want to feel like that she has nothing to worry about and she's like on her toes to be guarded away from this person? Or is it almost like she wants to get back into that relationship again? She almost like self-sabotage in a way? I don't know. Nice. Okay, so the next one is Mean Girls, which is very topical. Well, of this sort of this time period, this year. So yeah, let's start. And she's out there in a sheer white dress and the pictures of the flash. Always a flash on. Oh, it's that thing of don't judge a book. Worships Lana Del Rey in her AirPods. Same. Love her. She's really good at like bringing in these visuals within her songs to like imagine it. And it's like building it up of like, you know who this girl is. She's the girl with the Lana Del Rey, with the AirPods, with the white dress and sheer and the makeup all coquettish and stuff. And it's like this stereotyping of like, you think you know her but you don't. And is she talking to like her fan base, or like talking to who she's wanting to like maybe expand to, or people who will be interested in her? Because that would be a really interesting like way of like incorporating her key demographic and audience into her music, you know? That's... Not! She's kind of fucked up, but she's still in vogue. I mean, honestly. Calls him daddy while she's fingering a gold cross. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it's an aesthetic, right? It's a vibe. And you get off how you want to go. You live your life, honey. Okay, piano. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so it's like you think that she's like a good girl, but she ain't. She's wild, she's free, she says what she wants, she's cunty, she breaks your heart, she's liberated, which is cool. Oh, it's all integrating now. Brilliant. It's back again with the club classic vibe. Wow, okay, so the penultimate one is I Think About It All the Time. I mean, I don't know obviously from her experience, but from my experience, like, I'm 27 soon, and like, one thing that I'm noticing that a lot of people are having babies now, and some people are single, some people are, you know, living the life around the world. Like, there's such a mixed bag of people's experiences, you know? And I think Charli and I are not that dissimilar in age. She's at that kind of age where people are settling down. I love that, like, walking around in Stockholm, you know, it's ice cold. You're intently listening, and then that coldness and the area and the whole situation kind of makes you reflective and think about your life. I suppose, yeah, like sometimes you don't know until you see it, what you want. Sounds so robotic. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like they know what it's like to be a parent, and it's interesting to know what that would be like. It's a part of the human experience that like you miss if you obviously don't have a kid. But obviously, like, having children is something that's not the be all and end all of life. Some people choose to have children, some people don't. But it's like interesting. I get what she means about that. And also, like, same old clothes she wore before holding her child. It's like she's the same person, but she's got this child, and it's so different, and it's changed her life forever, and clearly with the dad as well. Yeah. It's making me think, actually, if I want to have kids in the future, if I want to get to that stage. Weird. Yeah, that's what I said. They're exactly the same, but they're not physically really changed that much. They're still the same personality, but there's this huge life event that's happened, which inevitably is going to change you, and you don't want to miss out on that. I think Charli should have a baby if that's what she wants. But this also, I think, goes back to, like, you know, previously in the album where she mentioned that she feels like she's not the same anymore. Maybe this is that's going to be the next step. Maybe that's like how she's going to change as a person. Yeah. Okay, so the final song is 365. So let's just have a see. Oh yes, it's circling back. Perfect. That's real. It's interesting, after all of that really deep existential stuff, it's going back to like this party girl. It's almost like you're kind of like seeing under the layers of who she is as a person. That's really interesting how she's done that, and I love how it's been reworked and remixed. Yes. What? I wasn't expecting this at all! There's gotta be a mashup of these two, also like a transition between 360 and 365. Yes! Oh, so back at meeting in the bathroom. Maybe she's in the end. Right, so that is it. Personal favourites of the album. Obviously, I love 360 and 365. I love Club Classics. That's a really, really good one. I think So I made me really emotional. I think that was another great addition to the album. If you like this reaction, please let me know. And if you've got any other suggestions, type a comment. Let me know what you'd like me to listen to next. Until next time, thank you for listening, and I'll see you later.